Hi y'all, it's unboxing time again. First off, I got a bag from Temu. Now, I bought 3 shirts. This one's for me. Rush Permanent Waves. Tour 1980. I was 10. And the sound of salesmen. This one's mine too. Jeff Lynne's E.L.O. Strange Magic. And this I bought my daughter. Fleetwood Mac. And now it's comic time. I just got done binge watching on Netflix Interview with the Vampire. I think they could have toned down the whole homosexual thing down on that. Because you knew from the first Anne Rice interview with the Rat, you knew Lestat and I forgot the name of the main character, Lewis. You knew they were lovers. It's like, it's like I always said, sometimes there's more context in not showing stuff than there is in showing it. Seems like people now's got to be spoon-fed everything. It's like, let me see if I can pull these out. Yeah. I actually thought these were in there. Okay. I got 2 Spectre issues. The Spectre, Volume 1, Number 8. Which these will have to get put in new bags and boards. And the Spectre, Number 10. I officially need 2 issues to finish the Spectre now. And this one should finish off, because I bought this, but I guess I didn't, because when I went upstairs and I was going through the books, this wasn't in, so I was like, okay, maybe I didn't buy it. I had it on my watch list and I thought I bought it, but I didn't. Actually, I had 2 different copies. I'm glad I didn't buy it, because I would have paid $40, 40 some dollars for it. And I went to I relooked it up, and lo and behold, guess what? Same book, half the price. So I was like, glad I didn't buy it. Is there a tab? No tab. Figures. But purchase of this finished this series off for me. I mean, I'm getting close on a lot of series finishing out, so I'm like, that's good. Of course, this has got to be put in a different bag because I don't think these stickers come off from. But I got House of Mystery #1, the Bernie Wrightson cover. So now I have all 3 covers of #1. Let's see, will this come off? Probably not. It'd be nice if it did. It'd save me a shekel or two. Every bit helps. Yeah, see, these stickers aren't. Yeah, I'll have to put it in a new. Because well, maybe not. I can get it out this way. If I finish watching that interview with the Vampire, which they'll probably have a 2nd season. I also watched. What was it? I have to wait for season 2 to come out. And I caught up on the Power of the Rings. I'm up to date on that. And like, really, Sauron manipulates people way too easily. I mean, and then I was thinking too, is like, if Sauron died and became liquid, then regrew himself, well then, you know, he's defeated. I'm like, will he come back after, you know, the war, the Lord of the Rings trilogy? I think maybe I get a little elbow grease. This stuff will come off good. I like to save myself a bag. But yeah, I like. I'll keep this because I can reuse this shipper. So yay. My daughter got another shirt. That's all garbage. But that's what's going on for this one. I'm watching Dark Winds now. It's based in 1973 or 74. It's pretty good. It's about the Navajo reservation. I really like that. I like how it's. So I like AMC has been doing some pretty good stuff as far as I'm concerned. I'm trying to think of what was the other one I watched. There wasn't that many episodes. I forgot. I'll have to remember. I watch so much stuff. It's ridiculous. Well, it was funny because when I was telling my wife yesterday, I couldn't remember Kirsten Dunst's name. Because I was saying, oh, she played the little girl. And my wife's like, and I was like, you know, she was in Spider-Man. I couldn't remember her name. Finally, I just said, I forgot it. I mean, totally forgot it. And then I had to go and I had to look it up at IMDb. And I was like, oh, man. It's funny because my buddy Lou said I had one of the best memories. It's usually the first thing to go. And like I said, I've forgotten more stuff than I can actually, and that's what bums me out because I prided myself on good memory, and it's like it's getting worse and worse and worse as I go. Uh, but I'm happy to get this because I'm going to be working on now till the end of the year, finishing off Hawkman Volume 1, the Spectre. Well, the Spectre only need 2 issues, so it's like that'll be like done within probably the next month or two. I did finish off Tor. I got those 2 coming in the mail because, and I'm also gonna finish off the Marvel pin sets from the '80s. So that's what's on the agenda for the collection. I do have another box of stuff coming where I know I finished off New Teen Titans Volume 1. And I was debating about should I try to finish off Teen Titans in the Volume 1 because I do have a little over half that series and I have a lot of the early issues, so that's a good thing. In fact, out of key issues for that whole run, I think I need 2. And they're not that expensive, so that'll be something. Because I was telling my dad, I was like, I'll probably never finish Spider-Man because a lot of those books are like Amazing Spider-Man. They're like freaking ridiculous now. I mean, I first started collecting. I thought $1,000 for number 1 was a lot. And when I used to go to a Philadelphia show, every dealer had it. I mean, it's the truth. Every dealer had it. In fact, a couple of them had multiple copies. And I'm like, it's like, it's plentiful. And now it's like you just keep going up and up and up. And I think a lot of that has to do with just hype and greed and people hoarding. For it to be, when I started collecting, for it to be worth $1,000 and now to be worth, I forgot what they said, but it's like freaking ridiculous. And I don't care if it's a great copy with with a high number, fine. But like, a mid-range copy, I can't see going for like crazy amount of money. Same thing with the Fantastic. I mean, I Amazing Fantasy 15. I'll never forget that show in Philadelphia as long as I live, because like I said, every major Marvel book number 1 and first appearance, everybody had Fantastic Four number 1. Everybody had Amazing Fantasy 15, Spider-Man number 1. I saw a lot of people have the first Thor, that issue, and the first Iron Man, but not Iron Man number 1. And I always that was, and I never Silver Surfer number 1 was another issue that, but even though they're not technically Iron Man's first appearance or Silver Surfer's first appearance, they were issues that I was and who had them wanted a lot of money for them. And it's funny because later on down the road, I got them for 1 through 5 of Iron Man, $50. Silver Surfer 1 and 2, $75. I mean, I got 7 issues for $100 and a quarter, and it's basically you pay that now for just 1. And I'm like, okay. In fact, when I was going through all my books upstairs, I was actually, going through a lot of my Amazing Spider-Mans. I'm thinking about the the condition. I have Amazing Spider-Man number 7, and I think I paid $10 to $15 for it, and I'm it's in really nice. It's probably very good to close to fine, and I have what is it, the first with the Ringmaster and Daredevil, that one. I can't remember the number now. I have that issue, and I think I only pay $8 for that. Then I'm looking at the books, and I'm thinking to myself, God, the return. My best return though was on my the Martian Manhunter House of Mysteries. That's in that lot of 110 books I bought off of a guy for $500. It came out to be like less than $5 a book I bought. I got a couple Green Lanterns, a couple Justice League of America. I got a bunch of House of Mystery. I'm trying to think of what other ones there were. It was all Silver Age stuff I bought from the guy, and it's like every book that I got off that guy now is over $100. So it's like, and the condition's nice in every one of them. If it wasn't for like the little blackening around the staples, I'd grade them really well. That kills just the little that little staining. I mean, the colors on the covers are nice and crisp, and I mean, clean. It's just that the little blackness around the staples kills it. I'll have to show it off and ask what's your opinion on the book is. I would say very good, fine uh, condition. I mean, they don't even smell. I mean, usually when you get a lot of those older books, they smell musty, and no, like I mean, I didn't even check how these smell. Let me smell. No, they smell like paper. The paper smell. Like I have some books that get that musty smell from because actually I was going through my Spectres, and I think every Spectre I own is better, VG or better. So I'm like, well, that's pretty good. In fact, I was thinking about when I was going through the books about what other Silver Age series I could probably finish off that I have. Hawkman and Spectre were the two that popped into my head. I only have issue 1 of the Secret Six. I probably have to work on the inferior 5. But Silver Age Marvel, it's like when I got into it, every time I used to go to the comic, they were pretty much sold out of like all Silver Age Marvel. It's like that was the big thing. Everybody was a Marvel fan at this comic shop, and me, I like Marvel, but I loved DC characters. DC. I watched the Super Friends. It was funny because when it came to Marvel comics growing up, I had Spider-Man cartoons, Hulk cartoons, Captain America, Thor, the Submariner, the 1960s, Captain America throws his mighty shield. Those, and that they were like, I never really liked the Submariner, so it's like, yeah. And there was something I liked Ghost Rider, so that's why I got into Ghost Rider, but I never got his first appearance because, like I said, they were never. When I used to go, I'd start with A and go all the way to Z, and whatever books that were there, they were there. Because I'll never forget when I used to go down to Allentown, the cat shop with the Caps Comics, which was by the airport. I used to make a pilgrimage down there once a month and drop a paycheck there. Well, he loved when he saw me. But the last trip down there was really bad because on the way home he blew a tire, and it was just like back in the day, the turnpike. I kept walking. If it wasn't for a guy, and the funny thing is, the guy and his wife. The only thing I remember, he had a nudie air freshener hanging when he picked me up and drove backwards. He helped me put on he actually jacked up the car with his jack, put on the spare for us. We drove home, and my dad ended up taking the car up to Pep Boys because my dad just bought new tires, and the tires blew. And it was funny because they put a new tire on the car, and as my dad was pulling out the thing, the tire blew. 3 tires, 1 car, same tire, boom, 3 times. He said that just the sidewall just blew out again, and he didn't even drive, not even a mile. It was just a bad batch of tires that Pep Boys got that time. Thank God it didn't happen when my dad was driving down the interstate. That was the lucky thing. I was driving, and I really wasn't flying because at the time I was like, I just started driving on the highway. I used to just drive around town, and every time I was on the highway, I was actually nervous as hell. So when that happened, I was never in the left lane. I always drove in the right lane. But I'm happy I finished off House of Mystery Volume 2. So now at least I got House of Secrets Volume 2 and House of Mystery Volume 2 finished. Like I said, I need 2 issues of Spectre, which he'll be done. Don't know what else I'm going to be working on. I would love to finish off G.I. Joe. Get that. Was it issue 154 and the special? Get those 2 issues, and I would have all G.I. Joe done. I never thought I'd finish Shazam, but I managed to get, that issue, so I was happy there. I mean, this year's been pretty good. I finished off quite a lot of series so far. I figure I had to finished off about 15 series so far this year. And, well, actually, this is probably like 16. And I keep going. I like when I go on my collector and I see all the little blue dots going down the right hand, on the right hand side of my thing. That means the series is completed. The series is completed. So I decided, I'm not gonna get the trade. If I can find trades cheap, fine. But I'm not going out of my way to buy them like I was. What's the point? If I have the series in book form, I got the series in book form. I don't need a trade. Right, Bettis? My boy's getting old. Yeah, there's his motor running. But I'd like to thank all you people for viewing and subscribing. King Joe out.